Manchester police are slowly piecing together a profile of the man who carried out the bombing at Manchester Arena on Monday night. Salman Abedi is believed to have become radicalised during frequent visits to Libya, his parents' homeland. His sister has told journalists he wanted revenge for injustices against Muslims. And now Libyan authorities are carrying out their own extensive investigations to help British police. Anne Barker reports.
3 days after the bombing, police are still carrying out raids on suspect homes. They're trying to find the bomb factory that Salman Abedi used to launch his attack at Manchester Arena. The arrest of a man yesterday carrying a suspect package led them to a house at Wigan, where more suspicious items were found. The bomb squad was called in, the street was sealed off and residents were evacuated before a robot moved in. Neighbours were predictably alarmed, according to the BBC.
Yeah, I just live next to the person they've arrested, probably.
Oh, really? So you live in the house next door?
Yeah.
So how did you find out about this evening?
We were just in our house and they knocked our door and told us that we need to evacuate immediately. So that's what we've done.
And how does that make you feel? Are you alarmed or are you reassured?
We're definitely alarmed. Obviously, they've taken necessary steps and I'm assuming they should be able to get everything under control. But it's just that all our valuables, all our documents, everything's inside, and that just makes me worried because I share a wall with the guy who was arrested. If there's something inside and my valuables get destroyed.
You're literally in the neighbouring room.
Yeah.
The house at Wigan in the end wasn't what police hoped for, but the investigation is making good progress. 8 men have been arrested, one of them Abedi's older brother. And Chief Constable Ian Hopkins of Manchester Police says investigators have discovered multiple items of significance.
These searches will take several days to complete. So as you would expect, there will be some localised disruption in and around those premises. However, it is vitally important that we continue those searches and do it very, very thoroughly.
Police and counter-terrorism officers are slowly building a picture of Salman Abedi's movements in the days and weeks before the bombing. He'd been in Libya for some time, returning to the UK only 4 days before the attack. Police think he may have spent time at a rented flat not far from Manchester Arena in the hours before the attack. And reportedly he rang his mother in Libya shortly before, saying to her, "Forgive me," according to evidence from Libya. Abedi's sister Jemana has told journalists her brother was a kind man, but wanted revenge for injustices inflicted against Muslims, including, she said, American bombs dropped on children in Syria. One man from Manchester's Libyan community, Mohammed Fadl, believes Abedi was radicalised not in the UK but in Libya.
Definitely not. No, the Libyan community here in Manchester and in the UK does not promote and will not promote an environment for extremism and extremists to live here. And my best guess would be he moved recently to Libya, and Libya is a perfect environment for radicalisation. So my guess would be that he was radicalised in Libya, since it's the perfect environment for that.
Mr Fadl says Salman Abedi was distant from other Libyan expats in Manchester.
Salman was known to be very isolated and reserved. He kept his distance from the Libyan community, and even most of his friends' circles were outside of the Libyan community. So this is what he's known of for in the Libyan community, quite reserved and isolated.
Abedi's father, Ramadan, and younger brother, Hashim, were arrested in Libya on Wednesday. It's understood his parents had returned there to live, and Abedi visited frequently. Libyan security forces are now helping British police with their own investigation. Abdul Salam Mustafa Ashur is Libya's Deputy Interior Minister. We're working intensively and closely with our friend and partner Britain, he said, to find the expected terrorist network, and we've achieved a lot in this matter. The head of the Presidential Council has talked to the British Prime Minister. And we'd like to affirm to the entire world that Libya won't hesitate in terms of countering terrorism and will strongly confront all kinds of terrorism in Libya or outside Libya. Abedi's younger brother in Libya has reportedly confessed he knew all the details of the Manchester plot. But there are questions too about how much British authorities knew about Salman Abedi before the attack. He was reportedly known to police and there were warnings he held radical views. But while 18 other terrorist plots have been thwarted in Britain since 2013, the bombing at Manchester Arena sadly wasn't one of them.
Anne Barker reporting.